Okay. Again, some people are not familiar with as Japan, excuse me, Japanese food as you are. And we always like to ask, what are some of your favorite Japanese dishes? What kinds of things do you know in Japan? Anybody just want to shout it out and see where they're placed? Somebody have a favorite food?
I like unagi don a lot.
Unagi don. Oh yeah, that's wonderful. Okay, unagi is what? Eel.
Eel.
Okay, eel. So have you tried any of these dishes? Ramen. Of course, you all know ramen is now the new sushi. It's everywhere, pop-ups all over the United States. And we teach how to make that. So you'll see this group of food and we'll see what you think about it. Udon, also wheat noodles, but thicker. Anybody know takoyaki? Yeah, what is takoyaki?
Octopus balls, right? Yep.
Octopus balls, octopus fritters, however you want to say it. And actually very similar in flavor to okonomiyaki with similar types of toppings. What's this? Kare rice. Okay. You'll see that these foods are starting to have something in common. And yakisoba, fried noodles with all sorts of delicious vegetables on it. And today's okonomiyaki, our special pancake. So these foods all kind of have something in common. They're considered a class of food called B-Kyu Gurume, or popular Japanese foods. And very often these popular foods come from somewhere else. Ramen from China, curry, India via the British, yakisoba also originally from China. So these foods travel and they become part of the culinary landscape, and they are made to taste good to the people of the host country. So let's see, food travels. Everybody knows what this is. Sushi, right? And this is kind of your original sushi roll. And this is American style sushi roll. It is known as California roll in Japan. Purists may not quite believe this is sushi, but it certainly is. And it was inspired and put together by a Japanese sushi chef here in the United States back in, I think, the 70s, when a lot of the ingredients that you would get in Japan are not available. And there's all sorts of lore about it. But food travel, this is just the point that I would like to make. And where it comes from is very often obvious, but sometimes not. So where does pizza come from? Make believe you're a 7-year-old child or 10-year-old child. Where does pizza come from, everybody?
Actually, pizza was made in the U.S.
Italy. Pizza's made in the U.S. Italy, right. But let's look at this pizza. All right, that is pepperoni pizza. That is pineapple pizza. And I will tell you that many Italians do not recognize this as pizza, but it is. It's American pizza. Food changes, it morphs, and it adapts to the tastes of the people that are enjoying it. And in Japan, there's pizza as well. Has anybody had Japanese pizza? With mayonnaise and corn and seaweed. Okay. So how did that happen? I'm not sure. But what it is, it's just showing that these foods, these popular foods, kind of take on the ingredients of the moment. So a lot of the foods that we love that are considered these popular foods are very high in sodium and salt. And when we talk to kids about this, we try to talk about how much salt you can have. And we never say, don't eat. We just like to keep people aware. So about 1,900 to 2,300 milligrams of sodium is just 1 teaspoon of salt. So if you ever looked at the back of the package of ramen, you know you've got your entire daily amount of salt in that bowl of ramen. So these are things that we just try to make people aware of. And the types of foods that tend to be high in sodium are all the things we really like to eat. And we can eat, but just in moderation. Deli meats, pizza, hot dogs and potato chips and burritos. Again, you never say never, but always in moderation. So today we are making okonomiyaki. It's a pancake, kind of plus pizza, and equals okonomiyaki. Again, the idea of a pancake to Americans is very often sweet, savory pancakes. We have them, but they're not as familiar. And explain that this is a savory pancake loaded with vegetables, and a great way to introduce vegetables to kids. Sometimes okonomiyaki is even called Japanese pizza. And I'm sure you can imagine why, with so many different kinds of toppings, excuse me, and sharing one whole okonomiyaki pancake or small individual ones. So the one I showed you before, sorry, this is Osaka style, generally the kind of okonomiyaki that you find in the Osaka area, Tokyo. You find it all over the place, but okonomiyaki is very regional. Anybody who has been to Hiroshima, this is Hiroshima style okonomiyaki. The two famous places for okonomiyaki are Osaka and Hiroshima. And if everybody can see right inside the pancake there are noodles. Okay, that is made with noodles. I have never made that. I have eaten it, but I have never made it before. And they put it together a little bit differently. But I just wanted to point out that regionality is very important in Japanese cuisine and also in okonomiyaki. Where do you eat okonomiyaki in Japan? Well, very often you eat them at matsuri or festivals. It's kind of can be a street food, outdoor food. And they are just delicious. They're made in large amounts, and people walk around these temple grounds and eat up their okonomiyaki. And as you can see, there are all sorts of different toppings that can go on it as you like it. And also in Japan, restaurants tend to be specialized. And so this is a teppan, which is a griddle. And okonomiyaki restaurants generally are tables with a griddle in the middle. And then everybody makes their own okonomiyaki with all sorts of different things. It could be seafood, just vegetables, meat, all sorts. So these are kind of the ways that you can find okonomiyaki in Japan. One of the concepts that we like to talk about when we talk about Japanese cuisine, there are so many different philosophies, but this is something that I like to equate with kazoku danran. Kazoku is family, and danran is spending good time together. And kind of when you're having these one-pot meals or you're at a restaurant together and enjoying, it's a great way to enjoy your food. So kazoku danran is a really good concept for this meal. Very quickly, why do we eat? I don't know if there are how many children are in the room, but this sort of sets you up for what kind of nutrition is involved in this. We eat to get energy, and the flour in the okonomiyaki pancake is the carbohydrate, go food, fat and carbohydrates, to build muscles, and that is with protein. And these are grow foods. Today we're using shrimp and bacon. Not the healthiest of thing, bacon, but there's a little bit of protein there. And grow food to fight disease. And that is the vegetables. And so this pancake is loaded with with vegetables. And it's a great way to introduce vegetables to kids. Your glow food, fiber and vitamins. How many vegetables do we need to eat in a day? One hand or two hand, everybody? One fist or two fists? Let's see. Put your hands up. Okay, Cassie, yep. Here we go. 2 fistful vegetables. Woo-hoo! And as you can see in the instructions, there were 3 cups of cabbage in here. If you eat half of an okonomiyaki, you're probably going to get all your vegetables, but it's a great way to have your vegetables and get your nutrition too. So we are going to get ready to cook now.
Yo!